Rishi, lining up now. Now they're facing up to starter and walking in. And they're off for the Grade 1 Ladbrokes Kauto Star Novices Chase. 3 miles ahead of them and 18 fences to jump. On the inside, Thomas Mor being taken on by Blue King Daru between rivals. And on the outside, the grey Kitzbuhel. And these three lining up as they attack the first of the 18 fences. Already the leading trio, a break of 3 lengths over Crest of Fortune, who raced in 4th. Onto the open ditch, and Kitzbuhel now has the lead going over the ditch. A bad mistake in 2nd by Blue King Daru, who came almost to a stop there and has lost 2nd place to, on the inside, Thomas Mor. Blue King Daru, however, maintains 3rd position, and still a break of about 2.5 lengths back to Wendigo, racing through on the inside of Crest of Fortune, and it's Salva at the back of the field on this long run now round the turn and on towards the first of 4 fences taken down the back straight. And it is Kitzbuhel who leads them now towards fence number 3. His lead is a couple of lengths. Closing up on the outside is Blue King Daru now into 2nd once again. And then on the inside, Thomas Mor was over in 3rd. Crest of Fortune 4th, then Wendigo to the inside rail. And the back marker is Salva going over the 2nd of the fences taken down the back. And Blue King Daru spent a lot of time in the air over that. He was very careful and very deliberate over fence number 4. Now they have an open ditch to jump, which is the 5th, and Kitzbuhel has the lead. Kitzbuhel goes over the open ditch with an advantage of a couple of lengths over Blue King Daru, racing in 2nd, and Thomas Mor is in 3rd. And then Crest of Fortune in 4th. Wendigo, who's got the white noseband, jumping in 5th position, and still last is Salva, and they've now taken the first 6 fences, and they go through 1/3 distance in the Grade 1 Ladbrokes Kauto Star Novices Chase. Paul Townend and Kitzbuhel on the inside of Harry Cobden and Blue King Daru. A break of 3 lengths to Thomas Mor and Ben Jones racing in a clear 3rd. A further 2 lengths back to Crest of Fortune and Sam Twister-Navis making the turn in 4th. Wendigo and Gavin Sheehan to the inside rail is in 5th, and Kaelin Quinn aboard Salva last of the 6, and they're now at fence number 7, the first of the trio taken in the home straight. Crest of Fortune made an error in 4th place, does not lose a position. On now towards the 8th, and it is Kitzbuhel who comes to it. Kitzbuhel by about 2 lengths over that to Blue King Daru over in 2nd. To the inside, Thomas Mor is in 3rd. Crest of Fortune, Wendigo, and just niggled away from that last fence was Salva by Kaelin Quinn, as Paul Townend and Kitzbuhel take them over fence number 9, which will be the last in a circuit's time, and now that lead is opening up to 4 lengths. So with a circuit to go in the Kauto Star, it is Kitzbuhel who leads. In 2nd place, Blue King Daru. In 3rd, pushing up to the inside, Thomas Mor. He now has just taken 2nd with the help of the inside rail, as the leader, Kitzbuhel, just begins to come back to the field. And now Wendigo has been relegated to last. So through halfway, and now they're going on towards fences 10 and 11. Kitzbuhel has the lead. Blue King Daru going wide. Then Thomas Mor racing in 3rd. To the inside rail is Crest of Fortune. Salva races on his outer, and now Wendigo, having stuck to the inside rail for the first circuit. Gavin Sheehan has now taken him wide as they go over the first of the 2 fences on the side of the course. And this next open ditch is where Blue King Daru made a bad mistake on the first circuit. Kitzbuhel comes to it, reaches for it, jumps it really well. This time Blue King Daru likewise was over it well in 2nd. Salva is now making ground towards the outer of Thomas Mor, and the last duo, a Crest of Fortune and Wendigo is being ridden along at the back of the field. Now they make the turn on towards the final mile of the Ladbrokes Kauto Star, and it's Kitzbuhel who still has the lead. Kitzbuhel now by just 1.5 lengths to Blue King Daru towards the outside, racing in 2nd. And then just over 1 length back to Thomas Mor and Salva, the last duo, Wendigo and Crest of Fortune. Kitzbuhel over the 7th from home, quick and accurate. Not so in 3rd, Salva, who just got a little low at that. On now towards the next, fence number 13. Kitzbuhel comes to it, still holding the advantage. Again, he stood a long way off that fence, and it still carries him into a 2-length advantage over Blue King Daru. Then Salva, and now they go to the final open ditch, fence number 14. This is 5 out. Kitzbuhel really attacked that open ditch. Another spectacular jump by the grey, and Kitzbuhel now goes on towards the last in the back straight. This will be the 4th from home. Kitzbuhel again pinpoint accurate. 3 lengths the advantage over Blue King Daru, who is in second place. Thomas Mor rallies to the inside. Then Crest of Fortune, Salva, and Wendigo, who's been flat to the boards now for 3/4 of a mile. They're beginning to make the turn back towards home in the Grade 1 Ladbrokes Kauto Star Novices chase, and Kitzbuhel still has the lead, and he's the one they've got to go and catch. Thomas Mor now goes into pursuit in second. Salva to the inside. Blue King Daru down the outside. Wendigo tries to rally. Another brilliant leap in front by Kitzbuhel over the third from home. His lead is still over 2 lengths to Thomas Mor in second. Salva is in third. Wendigo is in fourth. 2 out in the Kauto Star. He got in a little tight that time, Kitzbuhel, but still accurate enough to get away and extend his advantage down towards the final furlong. Kitzbuhel and Paul Townend. Here's the final fence. Kitzbuhel is at it. Another spectacular leap by him. In second, Thomas Mor, Wendigo and Salva. He has jumped for fun. He has jumped them into submission. Kitzbuhel has won the Ladbrokes Kauto Star. A brilliant round of jumping to beat Thomas Mor, Wendigo and Salva.
Congratulations to Paul Townend, a lovely performance from horse and I know you guys always deflect the attention, but it seemed to me you knew the plan straight away. You wanted to get to the front and use this horse's speed and jumping assets.
Yeah, look, I discussed it with Willie and the owners beforehand, and we said they didn't tie me down to anything, but I said if he attacked the first 2 and jumped them well, I wouldn't get in a fight with him, and he jumped so well. I was just taking lengths everywhere, but you know, he's very comfortable in front because he was jumping so well, and it's easy to put on the ones that's the best in the race, isn't it?
But you say comfortable. It looked such a thrill. Everyone around us who knows anything about horses were going, I'd love to be on him to have that sort of thrill.
Yeah, it's nice to go out in a novice chase and get a spin like that anyway, that's for sure. And on a track like this, you know, it's fast around here, and if you miss a fence, it can be hard to make up that length again, so when you're getting one for nothing, it's even better.
How much did you think that the ground suited him today? I
thought he handled it very well. I wasn't worried about it, but I wasn't sure of him on it. But no, he handled it well. He's the best horse in the race.
Congratulations, well
Thanks
done.
a million. Cheers.
Cheers, Paul. Thank you. Well, it's always a good Christmas when Willie Mullins has a Grade 1 winner at Kempton. Well done, Willie. Congratulations.
Yeah.
Did he do it in the style that you quite imagined beforehand?
No. I didn't imagine anything like that. I was hoping that we brought the right horse here because we had a choice between Jimmy DeSull and himself. And when I looked at how good the ground was here, I wondered had we brought the wrong horse. Like Jimmy DeSull is by Galloway, and maybe he would prefer this ground. And instead he goes down to Limerick, where the ground is, I think, soft to heavy, or heavy probably all over. But our fellow, he blew me away the way he jumped. You know, he jumped. Paul said he was going to jump out and have a crack at the first 2 fences and see what happens, and he flew them, and then Paul and the horse just seemed to get confidence, and the further they were going, the more questions Paul was asking and the more he was answering. I'd love to see it back on TV. I hadn't a great view from where I was standing on the stand. There was bushes and hedges and everything in the way, but there was some spectacular leaps there.
They were, and under pressure as well. When he turned into the straight and he asked him in the straight, he found more, got in a bit closer second last, but he was so exuberant at the last, which suggested there was more in the tank.
Plenty more in the tank. You know, the way he jumped, you'd think you could bring him back to 2.5 miles, but why bother now if he looks like he can just gallop on at the end of 3 miles and jump like that? He will put horses under pressure a long way out.
So would it be ultimately the Brown advisory for him?
I mean, it's far too early in the Christmas, never mind the season for me. We've lots of novice chasers coming, you know, Final Demand, Jimmy DeSull. I think Predator's Gold in Limerick. You know, it's too early, but you'd have to say, looking at that, you wouldn't be out of place in it anyhow.
Yeah. And can I very quickly ask you about the 2 horses in the King George today and what you fear about their chances and Gaelic Warifat?
I think both horses are in good form. They both have, you know, they ran a fantastic race in the John Durkan. That's my only fear. The John Durkan was hard on both of them. Hopefully they won't feel that effect of that race today. But if they don't, I'd be hopeful that both of them will give a real good account of themselves, and don't ask me to split them. I don't think I can. I don't think I can split them, no, so we'll just leave it at that.
Well, I won't ask you to split them. What I will do is congratulate you on a great start to the day and wish you the very best of luck for the rest of the day.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Willie.
Watch live racing now on racingtv.com.